Welcome to Lively Out Loud, the podcast where we'll amplify voices, share stories, and dive into the heart of Lively Technical College. I'm your host, Brittani Stokes. I'm here to bring you inspiring stories, campus highlights, and a behind-the-scenes look at what makes our community amazing. Whether you're a student, parent, educator, business owner, or just curious about what we offer here, please sit back, turn up the volume, and get ready to be inspired. Today, we have a very special guest to help set the tone for Lively Out Loud, the one and only Director BJ Van Camp. In this episode, we're diving into what makes Lively Technical College such an incredible place to learn, grow, and prepare for your future. Director Van Camp, thank you for joining us on our very first episode. So exciting.
Thank you for having me. I hope I do all right.
So let's jump right in. Can you share with the listeners what makes Lively such a unique place and how are we changing lives here?
Okay, well, don't start off with an easy question.
Okay.
I think what is really, really important for students, who I think already know this, but for parents and our community members to understand, is now in our world, education, there's not one definition of what makes someone successful. And I think being able to come here and see all the different paths and all the different opportunities somebody has to say, I'm good at that, or that could be a future career, or that's something that I can make a career out of is really, really inspiring. We already know it because we're here every day. We get to see it.
Yes.
But when we have people come onto our campus and experience that for the very first time, whether they are in the role of student, whether they're in the role of parent, you know how many grandparents call you and like, hey, Miss Stokes, can you show my grandson around? And when they see it for the very first time, I think that's what makes it really fun, but really inspiring, because back when I was in high school, and maybe when you were still in high school a little bit later, you only had one option. Right. It was to go to a college, a 4-year college, or figure it out on your own. Right. And now I think our students, my kids who go to school in Leon County schools, really get to benefit from a whole different paradigm.
Absolutely. So what makes Lively Technical College so important in this region?
In this region, truthfully, they are the people, we are the people that are really ensuring that the services we look for and depend on in our world.
Yes.
I.e., getting our car fixed. You remember you had to drive me to my appointment that it took me a month and a half to get into to get my brakes done at the dealership. A plumber, an electrician, HVAC, which isn't too pressing right now, but like in the middle of summer, God forbid your HVAC goes down. Right. And that's what Lively Technical College really means to this community. The things that we depend on to be comfortable and to really make our life work, we provide the students and we provide the future employees to take care of those jobs and take care of us.
Awesome. So as it relates to hands-on learning, how does Lively emphasize hands-on real-world training opportunities for our students?
So let me paint a picture.
Okay.
If you guys know anything about the Golden Girls, let me paint a picture. And it's hard to do so I want you to help me out. But you know what a traditional classroom looks like. Yes. You have desk, you have computers, you have rows of chairs. When you walk into our classroom spaces, especially our lab spaces, and I'm thinking automotive, like what is the first thing you see? Cars. Yes. You see lifts, like things are up in the air. You see pieces and parts. And then what do you smell? You smell the oil. You smell the grease. And it's a very clean place. Like it's not people running around filthy, but what it does is as soon as you walk into that environment, you know there's work being done.
Yes.
You're not sitting, you're not just taking what somebody else says you need to do. taking what somebody else says is the right answer. You get the opportunity to figure that out for yourself. Now, there's still book work.
Absolutely.
Like students, when you come to Lively Technical College, there is still book work.
Absolutely. Don't forget that.
But I think if I had to split it up, and you tell me if you agree, it's about an 80-20, 70-30 split. Like I think of Stevie Johns. He'll lecture for about an hour in the morning.
Yes.
And then the rest of the time, like the students are out there tearing something apart, putting it back together, figuring out what's wrong. Because at the end of the day, that's what we are preparing students to be able to do, is to figure it out.
And then we have the externship program.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Oh, yeah. And so our programs typically are done within a year. Right. A career in a year. Remember that. A career in a year. And so a piece of that oftentimes comes with being in the workplace with a real boss, with real work experiences, and we call that an externship.
Yes.
So our students are paired because of our instructors knowing their strengths, having a network of people they can turn to. Because remember, they've been in the industry for 30, sometimes 40 years before they come to us. So they know people.
Absolutely.
And so they call those people they know and go, hey, I have a student. I have a Susie or I have a Johnny that's looking for some hands-on experience. You go out into the externship, you get paid while you're learning.
Absolutely.
And then you come back and you graduate with us, and then you can start your own career.
Love it. Love it. So community impact. How does Lively contribute to the local economy and workforce development? Can you elaborate on partnership with our local businesses?
Oh, goodness. Just the other day, I had the opportunity to speak to just one industry's worth of business partners. And what is neat but surprising, because, you know, I've always been in education, but when I pick up the phone and I have people say, thank you for what you guys are doing at Lively. Because like I said before, we are providing that next generation of workers.
Absolutely.
We're providing the employees for the jobs that they have that are open. But without a doubt, what these business owners, and if I were to mention them, you would know who they are. You see them on the sides of cars and trucks, you know, driving down the roads. They say, thank you for giving my son, or I wish I had the opportunity that these students have to find what they love to do and are really good at, and giving them the opportunity to make money off of it. So we are always getting telephone calls from business and industry. We have an elevator company, as a matter of fact, called actually the Office of Economic Vitality out of the blue, got my number, came and sat down and was like, we want to tour your facility because you have the people we need, in 2 different plants, one in Georgia, one over in Crawfordville. And so they came, they interviewed our students, really just came and spoke. I'm like, send them to us.
Right.
And so I use that as an example of, it's not one thing that we do that impacts industry. It's the fact that we're here. It's the fact that we are available. Yes. We pick up the phone. You pick up the phone for moms and dads and grandmas
all
and aunties all the time. I pick up the phone for business leaders, for community members that are trying to find that niche for a priority that they're trying to push through in legislation, or through business owners that just have open jobs and they want the best and they want the brightest, so they call Lively.
And that's Lively.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It absolutely
that is Lively.
I might be a little biased, but you can go ask your local business leaders, and I think they'll say the same thing.
Yes, I agree. Student support. So what student support services does Lively offer to ensure student success, and not only in the classroom, but out the classroom as well?
Got it. We just reorganized our student services office to get more people in there. And I think the big thing that we want to recognize is our students come with knowledge already.
Yes.
You know, many of them are coming straight out of high school, which means they've taken some of our courses in their high school program. But several others come with just a little life under their belt. You know, they understand the the importance of dependability. Right. They understand what it means, what the dollar means, and how important their time is. And so in expanding our student services, we have those people in place to just give them some direction, give them a little bit of guidance on how to get enrolled, how to maintain being successful in the classroom. Yes. If they need a bus pass, which sounds so simple, but every once in a while somebody's down and out on their luck, but they still need to come to school. But I think some of the things that are even more important is we put the finishing touches on them. So before they leave, one of the biggest things that we do is make sure that they understand the importance of communicating. Absolutely. Communicating with a customer, communicating with their boss, communicating if they have a question or if they have something they need at work. So we put them through the Florida Ready to Work soft skills module. Okay. And so not only are they leaving with a career certificate or their college diploma, and their industry credential, which says, I know how to do this. They're also leaving with the soft skills credential, which when we talk to business and industry, they're saying is so needed. Yes. So like when a business person gets a Lively graduate, you're getting the whole package. The whole package.
Awesome. So alumni impact. Do you have any examples of alumni who have gone to make a significant contributions in the field?
You're going to have to help me out on this because I know you have a lot of stories. You tell me, and he's going to come speak to our graduates in the near future. Okay. He rode up on a bike and it changed his whole, what was his name and his story? Chico.
So Chico had been incarcerated for, I think, 15 to 20 years, and he did his research upon being released, and he came straight to Lively. And he came to our barbering program, and he's doing well. Yeah, he's doing well.
So well that he called, what was it, a month and a half ago? I think he reached out to you and was like, can I come back and speak to your future graduates to let them know the importance of branding, the importance of, having that belief in yourself? Because he's a business owner. He is a success.
Yes, that's the definition of success.
Oh, right? Him without a doubt.
Absolutely.
And you always tell me his story. And then they're
so inspiring.
Oh my God. Well, and this is what I think Lively does. And just to the heart of it, like you mentioned, oftentimes people come to us not having that belief in themselves because they've been taught there's this one way that you can go to be successful. There's one path that you should take to be able to make something out of yourself. Absolutely. But every single day, our teachers, firstly, because they did it.
Right.
They did it. They went out and lived a life, had a career. Usually have to take a pay cut to come teach and, give back and pay it forward. But I think when our students come and they take a step on faith and come out and try Lively on, if they didn't know that we were here, sometimes that's the only thing they want to do. I'm thinking of our career dual enrollment student, Hagen. He's like, let me become a junior. Like, when can I be a junior so I can start at Lively?
Yes, he's excited about being here.
Yeah. So whichever way, I think our alumni, their stories speak for themselves. And I really hope when you're out at a holiday party or you are at some sort of event, ask, who knows about Lively?
Right.
Because you would be impressed about the number of people that have come. Our newsletter always features a Lively alumni. Melody Smelko, I think, was in our very first newsletter.
Yes.
And I'm sure a lot of people know that name or know her face. Altura is her company, but might not know that her story started at Lively Technical College.
Yes. So engagement with schools. How does Lively collaborate with our high schools?
All right, let me hold this card. So, Miss Outreach and Community Engagement Stokes, tell me, how does Lively collaborate with high schools to inspire students to pursue technical education?
That is so easy. Well, I am at the schools, the local high schools. I go during their lunchtime. It's called Lunch and Learn. So I'm there during their lunch period. They'll come by, answer questions about Lively, the programs that we offer. And I'm just always engaged with students. I love this place, and I want everybody else to come and see what we're doing here at Lively. So we're always visible at the high schools, always.
So let's talk about some of those other places that have been looking you up online. Like, can you come here? Can you come here?
Yeah, Gainesville. Yes. Well, of course, we're in Wakulla as well, Franklin County. We're in Monticello. We're all over.
And Alachua? Someone from Alachua?
Yes, we'll go there in January, I think. Yes. Yeah. So we're all over.
And so exactly what do you do in your lunch and learn? Because you go and you really connect so well with students.
I love the students.
Like, you speak to them, you speak their language, you give them, you help them paint the picture of what they want to do in their next steps. But it's not a one-woman show. You usually bring...
Yeah, I bring financial aid because a lot of our students don't know about how to apply for financial aid. So I normally have some literature, or a financial aid representative will go with me, and they'll give them that information that, how they can apply and the steps to get into Lively Technical College. And here's the thing, I always get this. So I need a 2.0, like, what credentials? And I'm like, hey, come on. Like, there's no, I'll be denied. Like, no, you can come. Yeah. Anyone can come to Lively. Yeah. So they're always excited to hear that. And that gives me joy knowing that this is not the end of the road. If you feel like you don't want to go to traditional college, come to Lively. Let us change your life. Yeah. And I tell them that all the time.
Yeah, because it really happens.
May I? Thank you. So can you give me any advice for prospective students? What advice would you give to someone considering Lively as their next step?
Oh, well, I think you just said it. Just come out and try it.
Absolutely.
Just come out. And and this is mostly in conversations with parents, I think. It's that idea of a gap year. Right? Like, because oftentimes students are tired of being in school.
Yes.
I know my 8th grader. I'm like, well, buddy, you got a lot longer to go, hun. Because I think in that traditional classroom experience, they sit, they have to regurgitate what they think the right answer is. Here at Lively, they get to honestly try out their own plans, try out their own ideas of what would work, what wouldn't work. And then they usually find out, partially, let me make sure I do this again. Yes. That one won't. And so whether your student is 100% confident, I want to be an electrician for the rest of my life, or I want to open a construction company, which oftentimes are next steps for our students who graduate from Lively. A career that you can have in less than a year, even if it's a career you don't do forever, you use it as a stepping stone.
Absolutely.
That is what I want people to understand, because you're not losing anything. Right. All you're going to do is gain. You're going to gain skills for yourself, for your family. I mean, imagine, I wish my husband knew how to do a little electrical. I got lots of lists that he could check off for me. Oh, yeah. Changing my oil.
Right.
I mean, like that, if nothing else, I want Adam or Owen to come into our automotive program so I don't have to wait a month and a half to get into a dealership.
Then I can bring my car over.
Yeah, come on. Yeah. And so I think that's the broader picture. These aren't just skills that you would use in a career. These are skills that you can use to benefit yourself, your family, your neighborhood. Yes. It depends on how close or how well you like your neighbors if you want to help that. But for us as the larger community, for our economy, it is putting really high-paying jobs, putting people in really high-paying jobs.
Yes.
I left my my notes off screen, but our CFO, Matt Zadra, put together a chart for me of entry-level positions by the programs that we serve. So I'm going off memory.
Okay.
So that's dangerous. But honestly, one of the careers that you can get by being a graduate of Lively Technical College starts at $46,000 a year. I mean,
way.
Right out of college. And it's, shameful to say it, but I wasn't making that after 10 years of experience in a classroom. Now, I would never do anything different. We need great teachers in our community, but not everyone wants to do that. You can serve your community and make a wage that will support yourself and your family.
Yes, absolutely.
And So I think just come.
Yeah.
Just come.
I love it. This has been great.
Well, I got it from you.
And what's Steve Bozeman, one of our electrical, what is his thing?
All right. So I have to give full credit to our instructor, Steve Bozeman. He's in our electrical program. He's actually the lead instructor in our electrical program. And we were doing our first career fair next door. And he was trying to talk to a student who just wasn't sure. Right. Should I? Shouldn't I? What is it? I'm not positive. He said, listen. You can go to another college and you can leave owing money, or you can come to Lively Technical College and you can leave making money. And so either way, just come, because that's the guarantee. There are jobs for what you now know how to do. Absolutely. And there is money that you can earn. And the earning potential is only limited by the person.
Absolutely.
Only by the person and by their dreams. So
thank you for tuning in to Lively Out Loud. Get episodes on wherever you get your podcast. We are all over the place on all social media platforms, so don't forget to like, tag, and share.